This is LOA Recon with Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we explore the ins and outs of conscious creation to manifest our favorite dreams come true. Let's have some fun together. Welcome and thank you for tuning in for another episode. I'm feeling really pleased with myself right now, although I probably shouldn't be pleased with myself. Props probably go to whoever it was on my team, and I mean my upstairs team, who got me to do this. Okay, so I've often wanted to be someone who benefited from regular meditation and never been successful at enjoying it, and I refuse to do anything that I don't enjoy. So I've never gotten regular with meditation until recently. It was late last year. I got a message from someone on my team, had an idea, who presented it in a way that felt enjoyable. And it's totally enjoyable. So what I've been doing is, how I've talked to you before about how amazing. I seriously sat down. I said, no. I said, Jeanette, just get a Kleenex. You won't need one if you get one. And then I forgot when I was like, yeah, you for sure won't need one for this episode. You won't for sure. I didn't know I was going to be talking about the 5 minutes I take with Harvey in the morning. It's just a song and a half is all it is, where, he stops me before I start my day. He's just standing right there. He doesn't stop me. He's just standing right there. And I know what he wants is love. And I kneel down and I put my hands on both sides of his face. I'm rubbing his ears and I'm looking in his eyes and he's looking in my eyes. And then I give him a little neck scratch and maybe a belly rub. And sometimes he gets tired of standing. And so he lays down and he lets me scratch his back. It's just 5 minutes, okay? It's 5 minutes of pure bliss. Come on. What a cool way to start the day. And sometimes Merlin wants in on it too, especially if I'm right out of the shower. Merlin's sitting right there. He also just wants to be held. Nothing else. I don't have to do anything for him. He doesn't want to be fed. He doesn't I scratch his chin a little. It's just quality time together. He just wants to be held. And so I hold him. And we do that for a couple minutes. All right. That's all I'm doing with my higher self. It feels like just a couple minutes that I take time to check in with my higher self. But I realized it's not just my higher self I'm checking in with, it's source. And I realized after I was doing it for a while, I was like, this is meditating. But I'm loving it. It feels good. I'm having fun with it. I do it at night. So it's just, I'm very pleased with myself. Because right before I sat down here, I was like, what else does this episode need? Does this episode need anything? And I just tuned in. And I'm tuning in so easy, so enjoyably. I'm very pleased with myself. Props to my team, whoever delivered that one. Okay, we're talking, how I love an excuse to talk about my animals in Law of Attraction episodes here. So I've been thinking about something. I keep thinking about this. I keep loving it is what I do. I just keep marveling at something the trainer told me when I picked up Winston, a.k.a. Scooby, a.k.a. Samson, from the trainer. And I've mentioned this briefly before, so you might have heard this, but the trainer was showing me what I needed to know after he'd spent 4 full in-person weeks teaching Winston the things he needed to know to be a good pack member for me. He's just, sharing with me the commands, the exact words that he was trained with and how to not undo or counter anything that he had done to deliver me this amazing dog. So you could say it was my training session of how to work with a dog that he'd trained for me. So the trainer's running through all these things. He's showing me everything Winston can do now. It was so impressive. And just generally what my role is in setting this dog up for success in life. And that training session included taking Winston on a walk down the road so the trainer could demo it for me, right? He wanted to make sure that I knew how to do what he'd just told me to do. He was like, okay, but now you're going to do it. And the first time he did everything to show me so I could see what was expected. But then it was my turn. I mean, it really was my training session, wasn't it? Now that I think about it. So, I was thinking he's just having me do all this to prove to me that, he did the work. I got my money's worth. This is an amazing dog. But I realized later on, I was like, no, he really did have to train me. So there we were doing the things. And one thing he said to do was to change directions with no notice at random times when, they might not expect it otherwise, just to make sure that Winston was keeping an eye on me and following my lead at all times. Okay, so we're walking down this dirt road, and oh my gosh, I met the cutest puppy on that walk. I'd never seen a puppy like this. It was some kind of lab. Wow, I'd never heard of it before. The trainer had, but okay. Anyway, we're walking down this road. Winston was just ahead of us, and the trainer suggested that right here would be a good time for me to change direction. Like right here, he said. He stopped walking, and he knew that's my cue to stop walking too and start going in the other direction. But I paused before I turned around. I was still looking at Winston, and I said, "But what's the command?" Because, Winston's standing over there. He's standing in a bunch of bushes smelling something. And I said, "What's the command I give when I do this?" And he was like, "No command." And he just started walking. Turning around is the command. I'm just supposed to turn around and trust this dog is going to follow me? This dog that has never had any interest whatsoever in anything that I wanted? This dog that only does his own thing? I'm supposed to just turn around and walk away from him, trusting he's going to follow? I was thinking, I didn't say it out loud. I was like, oh, this is going to be so awkward for the trainer when Winston doesn't do this. But guess what he did? He totally did it. He did it over and over and over. The trainer had me do it multiple times. He did it every time. Okay, this is a side note. I have to wonder as I think about this now, I wonder if Winston was capable of doing that all along. And the only thing missing in his life was a proper leader who knew it, who believed it, who would just start walking, trusting him to follow her. I mean, what if he'd been capable of it the whole time? But there I was, hollering and coaxing and cajoling and swearing and trying to get this dog to turn around when all I needed to do was go first. I don't know, maybe. But that's what this trainer was telling me, that this dog is expected to keep such a good eye on me that when I change direction, no commands required, he follows me. He just changes direction too. He doesn't need a command to follow my lead. He said, turning around is the command. I've got goosebumps. Man, I like that so much. Can you imagine that it was that easy all along? That I don't even have to say anything? I just turn around and he knows to follow me? And that's exactly what Winston did and does to this day. And yes, I know I always practice that with Harvey and my other dogs, but Winston, I thought, was an exception. He was just unreliable, bred to wander. He didn't care about what I thought. He didn't need to please me. He didn't care if I got mad. Harvey, on the other hand, would never risk my displeasure, not for a single second. All Harvey cares about is what I care about. It's almost embarrassing how responsive Harvey is to me. That guy does not get out of line. But Winston was a different story. I thought maybe he wasn't. Maybe it was just my story that was different. Anyway, right now, that guy keeps an eye on me. I change direction and I don't have to tell him to come because he knows to come. He knows to follow my lead. Sometimes I still do talk to him because I like talking to my dogs. But it isn't required, and it's not a command, it's just a conversation. It's like when I turn around, that means we're going home. Or we're finding a spot to step off the trail so someone else can pass. Or I'm just making sure he's still paying attention, just keeping him on his toes, so to speak. He doesn't need me to. Here's why I'm sharing this. Universe works the same way. You know this, right? It's always following our lead. It's always got its eye on us. It always responds to whatever we're up to. It changes direction with us. It does whatever we say without us even having to tell it to. The same way my new direction tells Winston to change. Our new vibration tells universe to change. And I'll tell you what, universe does it even more reliably and more automatically than Winston does. And he's impressive. Universe, the world, our life, it follows us wherever we go, wherever vibration goes. Isn't that cool? No matter where we go, universe follows us by morphing reality to match. Fame, fortune, freedom, thriving health, whatever we're in the mood for, it follows us there. There's no limits either. There's nothing it won't say yes to. But the key is, we really do have to go first. We got to go first. And that's the part that even savvy manifestors sometimes get wrong. I'm raising my hand here. Sometimes we keep waiting for the thing to happen before we'll acknowledge it or believe in it or celebrate it or treat it like a thing. Sometimes we don't really know how to go first before reality is there ahead of us, right? It can be a tricky thing to do. And that's why it's important to remember and to practice that we set the tone. We give the instructions by going there first vibrationally, in our imagination or in the way we're being or in the thoughts we're thinking or in the things we say or the stories we tell to ourselves or others. Universe is always listening to every word, to every feeling, to every fear or joy or expectation or belief. It's right there responding to everything we offer so reliably, so perfectly. It's amazing, but we got to turn around first. Or maybe it's not to do a whole turnaround. Maybe it's just a slight tweak or a mild improvement in our direction. But whatever it is, the point is, it can only follow our lead. In that sense, universe really is like a really well-trained dog, or maybe any dog. Maybe it's just natural for dogs once there's a good leader in their midst. I don't know about dogs, but I do know about universe. It will do anything we dare say or do or go or feel or think first. The way some people approach manifesting is they're waiting for universe to do the turnaround first, and then they'll celebrate the turn. Then they'll trust that it's there. They're following this universe, not realizing it's only going here because that's where they are. And they're waiting or hoping or wishing or ranting or whatever that their world will change before they've changed. And it can never do that. It can never do what we aren't already. It can't give us something that we're not already being or vibrating. So here, I say sometimes it's me. We've all done it, right? When we're wanting the love life to improve, then we'll feel better, or for the financial situation to get better, and then we'll relax, or to get a better job, and then they'll feel the relief or celebrate, or they want their body to heal or improve, and then they'll feel peace. But it doesn't work that way. We've got to relax or celebrate or feel peace or feel better first. And then that's the command to universe to meet us there. And we can do that turnaround. We can do that in lots of ways, whether it's by, engaging a traditional manifesting method like a vision board or pray rain journaling or affirmations or whatever. Or we can find a way to have what we want, even if it's just a small piece of it here and now in our current reality. That can offer a new instruction. Or we can think thoughts that feel better. Just one after another will do the trick. Or we can give ourselves a reason to believe or to expect something good. You know what? I know people who do light work on the situation to relieve the vibration. That's not my forte, but I get that works. Sometimes doing something with your physical body is the easiest way to feel better. Sleeping or dancing or exercising. Sometimes going physical can do it best. One of my favorite ways is just tell a different story, and that's just better feeling thoughts. But the key is we're doing those things to feel it first, not as an instruction to universe to change our reality so then we can feel better when it happens. We do those things to feel better first. We're not doing the manifesting exercises so that reality changes and then we'll feel better. We got to go there first, and then the world follows our lead. So we really, truly have to be willing to turn around first and then just trust universe, let universe do the rest. And that's how it is with Winston. When I'm ready to turn around or take a different path in a new direction, I go there first and trust that he'll follow me. He doesn't need a command. I don't need to hope that he's going to read my mind or somehow intuit which path to take. I don't need to keep following him just because this is where we happen to be going. Although that's what a lot of creators are doing when they just keep paying attention to whatever their current reality is. No, I remember I'm in charge here. I'm the pack leader, and turning around is the command. He'll follow me wherever I go. And it's the same way with universe. Feeling better is the command. That's universe's cue to change things up for us. Isn't it a cool thing? It'll follow us wherever we're willing to go first. I know I've used this analogy before about how being a pack leader is good for the vibration practice because, you got to embody a confidence, a kind of I mean it attitude. I can't stand there waiting and hoping that they'll agree. I turn around and then keep walking in the new direction because this is not a democracy. We don't all get a vote. I'm the decision maker in the house. And that's the same thing with our own lives. Our angels can't do it for us. Our moms can't step in on our behalf, even when they want to. And if we try to talk everyone into doing what we want them to do, we're going to run out of voice before that works. We got to get out in front and be the vibrational leaders of what we want. And that just means finding a way to feel better first. Finding a way to relax or appreciate or enjoy or celebrate or love, whatever it is we want. We get to choose it. That's choosing the direction. And then we got to go first. That's it. Universe will hear our new tone, our new vibration as its command to follow us there. I know some people wonder, yeah, but then what about action? You know what? To get what we want, I know a lot of people teach, even LOA teachers. There are some that say, and you got to get busy. Got to do whatever you can think of doing. You know what? Yeah. We give the new command. Can you tell I have strong feelings about this? I'm trying not to rant. We give the new command and then we keep walking. We don't turn around again and look in the old direction. We don't stop in our tracks wondering how long it's going to take for universe to finally catch up or even get in front of us. We keep walking. Whatever that means to you, your inspiration will tell you what that is. You'll be moved to something. You'll feel some sort of call that's drawing you there. Or if all you do is just pay attention to what sounds good after you start heading in the new direction, just do that. That's all that's required. Universe fills in a lot of gaps that you didn't even know were possible for it to fill. So it isn't that you've got to plot every step of the way or figure out all the details of whatever's going to unfold next. You just keep walking, just keep honoring inspiration, whatever that is, and it'll come together. Doesn't this kind of put you in the mood for a walk? I hope it at least puts you in the mood to choose a direction and start going there first, to let universe hear your instruction and follow you there. And whether you do that with better feeling thoughts or a vision board or an upgraded story or whatever you like most, let's just remember how to use our power and then let universe do its part too. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And hey, if you like personal manifesting stories from me, I'm sharing those regularly at Good Vibe University. I had a doozy earlier this week. Ooh, that one I shared in the Walking My Talk thread for members who could use some inspiration of, well, it was my real-time process. I posted real-time when contrast hit. Wowza, that one was no joke. In fact, my post that was... I shared a post on a social media platform. It was part of my vibration management process, and it went viral. I got an email from the platform saying anyway, one news outlet got involved. Another one is cooking because someone else did something. Anyway, if you think I tell vulnerable stories here in the podcast, you should hear what members are hearing at Good Vibe University, where my friends and family and neighbors and boyfriends aren't. We'd love to see you at the manifesting party whenever you're in the mood for some high-quality LOA savvy company. That's my point there. Oh, although I also have a PS. My biz manager wanted me to say, for those of you who are holding out for my Good Vibe Business Mastery course, and thanks everyone for all the RSVPs for getting on the first dibs list. Yes, that is still opening this month. No, you have not missed the sign-up link announcement. I just don't have that page yet for you, but it's coming soon. I've been working on the second course for the Conscious Creator certification at GVU, which... right now, that program, that certification is free to all GVU members. I don't think my page says it's for monthly members as well, but it is. Everyone who's active at GVU right now gets in on that. So anyway, what I was supposed to say is I am getting to Business Mastery next, so I'll make sure everyone who wrote me about that hears more details as soon as they're ready. Thanks for listening, everyone, and happy manifesting.